My name is Sukarma Parimoo, and I came to US last year in November. I was previously living in London, United Kingdom, and
Wow.
after that, my husband got transferred to US, and I came along with him. So I was on EAD, and once I reached here, I started applying for jobs because I had previously worked in UK as well as in India as a business analyst. I was in IT domain, and once I moved here, I started looking for jobs. I had to wait for 4.5 months for my EAD to come. That was a long wait, but I was continuously interviewing with different companies, and also I did a certification program here. I joined a club so to network more and to know more about US because this is my first time in US. After 4.5 months, when I got my EAD, coronavirus, this COVID-19 situation came in, this pandemic happened. And initially, I was getting few calls, but for almost a month, I did not get any call. And that is when I came across this post by Shazman, who I met in a meeting for IIBA. He also came here, and I we got to know each other, and then we exchanged our LinkedIn connection. And I came to know he had posted on LinkedIn that he has got a job in Amazon, and he had many other offers as well, and that he thanked Quan. And that is how I came to know about this coaching program. I called him up because I know Shazman is a very, very dedicated student. I mean, a person. He's like very focused on his career goals. And I called him up and I asked him like, how has this program helped him? And he explained to me that how it provides a structure to your to the whole process of job search, how Quan helps you groom your personality on LinkedIn, how you can groom your LinkedIn profile, how you can improve your resume with certain keywords that will help you you know get that first interview, that first call with the recruiter. So he said that it depends on you as well, how much effort you put in, and then also guidance from Quan. And that is how I decided. I set up a call with Quan, first call, and I spoke to her. And I know this program is dedicated mainly to the students, the international students, and that has been a focus. And I have not studied in the US, but still, I thought that at the end of the day the process is same. Like, you have to reach a recruiter, you have to create a resume, because it's not like in India where the companies will come to your campus and you will be campus placed. So here the struggle is same for both the people, like non students as well. So I decided to enroll for this program, and that is how I started this journey in April, I guess. And after a few weeks, I think after I created my ATS resume, I started getting calls. That was like very, I think that was a kind of revelation for me, because it completely changed the way I looked at resume and resume building and how to approach a job opening. So that was one. And second, the networking. I reached out to many people. I used the templates that Quan has developed, like that you have developed, and it was like very useful for me. I think that the structure that Shazman was talking about, I could see it during my whole process, and I could see the results as well. So yeah, it was very useful.
That is excellent. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. That means a lot coming from you. And I feel thankful for our former student like Chasman, who always advocate this
Yeah.
community for other talents who need to find jobs here in the US. So it's my honor to be able to coach you, and it just made us so proud. Can
Yes.
you? Yes, please.
Yeah, I just want to say that because we are not native of US, we are immigrants. We have moved from our native countries to US for jobs or opportunities. So we sometimes don't know how to approach things. because it's a different culture, it's a different society. The way they work is completely, different from the way it happens in our country. So it is, I think, to get a career coach who can help you, who can guide you, it is something very essential for a student as well as a non-student, because sometimes you don't know how to approach things in a completely different country. So I think that way this program is very useful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is my goal, and it has been met.
Mhm.
So there's nothing more rewarding than this, hearing from the students.
Yeah.
Can you walk through a little bit, because our program is delivered mainly online, right? When you see the
Yes.
ICAway Talent Platform, you feel like, okay, this is the online course, maybe, but so like many students ask me how this could be, interactive and responsive and customized to my needs.
Mm.
Can you share that experience with the student who have that doubts?
Yes. So though it is an online program, and the onus lies on the student or the person who has taken up the program to complete it, because they have to go through all the modules themselves. But I would say is it is not just like any other online program, like you just keep on, it is going on in the background, and you are doing some other stuff. There are some exercises, there are some templates that you can go through, there are some assignments that you have put in the module, which when the user, the student or the non-student does it, then they will get reviewed by you, and the student will get the feedback. So in that way, it is a process actually. Don't look at it as an online course. It is a process. As you proceed from one module to another, you will see that how you are improving. How So first module will be like how to brand your LinkedIn, so you will make those changes. So it is interactive. Maybe you are doing it yourself, there is nobody looking how much you are doing, but it is telling you to do this: change your profile picture, write a meaningful headline on your LinkedIn profile, find out the keywords. So that way it is interactive. You will have something to do always. And the assignments are especially very useful. I remember when I was uh, like preparing for my interview questions, and you have suggested to use the star method. And to write those questions, I think 5 to 7 times I submitted my answer, and you said, no, you can do it better, you can do it better. So it is actually you are yourself doing something. It is not just some course running in the background, and you have to just listen to it and not do anything on your own. But you will actually keep on improving, doing things with your resume, making some changes, some in your LinkedIn. So that way it is interactive. I don't think so that students should think that it is some online course and some module. It is very interactive, and it is very, as you will do it, you will yourself realize how useful it is.
Thank you so much, Sukarma. You're right. At that time that we worked on module 6, right? Know your employer's needs. When we learn about job interviews, we have
Yes.
the recording exercise, the self-recording
Yes.
exercise, and we have like tell me about yourself, and also walk through the uh, situation, problem, action, results of some behavioral questions, right?
Yes.
And we went back and forth couple times until we perfect it, and you
Yes.
finally
and
perfect it.
and because my role is of a business analyst, which is not
Right.
very technical, it is more about how I handle different situations. I have to interact with client. So I have always been asked behavioral questions in my interviews, like how many, all the interviews that I have given have been, have you faced a situation where the client does not agree with you? How do you prioritize your work? So I think that star format, though we know it, but sometimes we don't know how to format it. And then like you have said, that make it very crisp and concise. Don't expand it, because sometimes that I have to say it in star format, but you keep on speaking that the other person loses the interest. So
Right.
that is, I think, you know the module provides you the correct elements, and it gives you a very good view of like how things should be approached by an a person who is looking for a job.
That
So
sounds amazing. Can you please help summarize the key skills that you have received from this training? Because it sounds like so many things going on. Maybe our friends who are listening, like, okay, what I'm gonna get? Is it resume? Is it LinkedIn? Is it job interviews? What is it I'm getting from ICAway Talent Platform? Can you summarize that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So first thing which learned from was the LinkedIn branding.
Mm,
I completely changed my, because like we write open for new opportunities, looking for new opportunities. So I also used to write like that on my LinkedIn. But then when I started doing your module, I completely changed it. I wrote about my skill sets, that what I have done, because keywords are very useful when the recruiter is looking for a person,
mhm,
and when they look at LinkedIn. So I changed my profile. That was very useful. So one is LinkedIn branding. Then the second is networking. uh, though the responses were very less, but still I would say that I learned how to network with people. Whenever I attend a webinar, or whenever I attend any session, or I read a blog, I reach out to people and I added that personal touch to my messages, so that those templates, they are really useful. Like, and people respond. They may not come up, give me a job or something, but at least they respond to me, and they add me to your network. So you never know, in future they may be helpful to you. Then
that's
third
so
is
true.
resume building. I understood how to use keywords, how to tweak your resume based on the. You don't have to lie. You have to just change the wording so that they can be, it can pass through your ATS system. So that is something that I learned. It was very useful. And fourth will be interviewing, like how to approach uh, simply when you're writing an email to say thank you, or you are writing to say that you are checking on whether they have got back with the results or not. So how to write an email, how to reinforce your skills, that is something also I learned. How to be polite, but to the point, to the recruiter. So that is also something I learned.
Mhm.
And also, I think earlier when people used to ask me, tell me about yourself, a recruiter or a hiring manager will ask me, I would just keep on speaking. I've done this, I have done this, I used to do this, I lived there. But your approach gave me a very concise, like, bullet points, tuck tuck tuck, this is what I have done. And it will be concise and to the point. So I think there are many skills, but
All the skills that have helped you land this job, right? So now, can you please talk about your new job?
yes, so I'm starting on Monday. It is with a company called Wipro. I
Mhm.
have previously also worked with Wipro, and it is a business analyst role. So I will be working on Salesforce implementation for Cisco, which is Wipro is doing. Wipro is an IT service provider, and they are implementing Salesforce for Cisco. So I will be a business analyst there, and it will be like what I have done in my past: requirement gathering, creating user stories, developing the product, doing the software implementation. So, which is something that is very exciting, and that is what I was looking for in a job. So, I'm very happy.